Just walking down because I was wondering. Did you hear me? I was just walking down
Oh.
here because I
Oh,
was
sorry.
like, oh my gosh, it's already 10 after.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, I was having audio issues for some reason after I returned the camera on and stuff like that. OBS wasn't registering the audio, so I had to shut it all down again. Okay.
How are you? I'm good, thank you.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Yeah, getting ready for.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already September.
I know it is. It's going by too fast.
I know.
We got this one, which is good, because our election's pretty early this year. So we're gonna do a couple more times, but yeah, we're getting pretty good.
You actually started to expense them.
Yeah, so we started doing up the business, so we did the clouds and we just started doing, so. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really great. Yeah, I'm excited. Hi, I'm good, how are you? Good.
Okay, here we go. This is a mic check. This is microphone number 1. Mic number 1.
They're extra, so yeah.
Hi, so.
Please skip over to mic number 3. Super mic,
How's it
mic
going?
number 3.
Long time no see.
Next, we have the president mic, number 4. Number 4, check, check, president mic. Next is mic number 5. Mic number 5. Next is mic number 6. Mic number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Student rep Mike. Hello, I'm Sienna.
That was your student rep mic. I think you're good.
Meeting.
Yes, good job. Well done. Okay, and lastly, the podium mic on the wireless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 podium mic. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like the old Sesame Street. Okay, I think we're set with mic check. I'm going to check the transitions, and then we will mute for question.
Hey, Mark.
No. Yeah, just at 7.
I guess they might have thought it's fine at 7.
That is correct.
Good.
Okay, excellent. Looks good. Get mute now in 3, 2, 1.
only took how many years? 32?
Actually, it's not even a little old.
Can't read glasses.
No, I'm. But no one can see anybody behind me.
I wish I was on
That was my you protect me.
So there's no hope. I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, it was just gonna skip right.
That was good. Okay, so remember last, this time we're not in the skirt, so then.
I always do.
Oh, no.
Where's Jim Living this year?
That one. So one, that one is loose.
Okay, computer's working. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:33. If everybody can stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just a couple quick notes, if you guys could silence your cell phones. And in case of emergency, the emergency exit is located directly behind you or the door you walked in. Roll call tonight, we have Roger Broker, trustee, Beth Krevlin, trustee, Jude Kuhn, district clerk, Dr. Brian Graham, superintendent of schools, I am Sue Marston, board trustee, Jay Grover, board trustee, I almost said Julie Martha, but that's Danielle Bruno, board trustee, John Fitzpatrick, assistant superintendent of curriculum, staff development, and human resource, Cheryl Cardone, assistant superintendent of pupil personnel services. I need to change that. Just saying. Bob Merkel, assistant superintendent for school business and finance, and we have our student representative, Sienna Sarkis. Excused tonight, we have two board trustees that are excused tonight, Joy Lamarca and Ashley Dreyer, along with our other student representative, Charlotte Tower. with that, we will ask for a motion to approve our agenda for this evening. And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. And an approval for our minutes from our August 4th meeting, if I can get a motion? And a second?
Okay.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Good news? All right, good news for Dr. Dunn.
For sure. So the board was very generous during the budget season and all of the work that goes on in creating a school budget to add an opportunity for students who need a little additional connection to school during the summer. We called it the Viking Voyage. The board will remember that this, the idea of this was to support students when they're away from school to be reconnected to school through our social workers and counselors and those support staff that give them extra support socially, emotionally, behaviorally. The board was very generous and we created this Viking Voyage, and in turn, the staff put together just a simple 2-minute slideshow video just to show how they supported our students, but also how much fun they had in the process. So we'll just play a couple minutes of this for you. So I do want to pay attribution to our team. Cheryl, I know you can speak to them, but Alyssa Brown, I believe it's Melissa Keene, and Rob, yeah. Maybe you could just share, give a little color to this program.
So there were 34 students that were signed up to attend the program, and I think at the end, we ended with 30. I did talk to Missy and Kara and Melissa at the end. We will be debriefing at a social work meeting. It's like anything, you know, the first year there was a lot of great things, but then they're excited to bring this program back again next year, kind of refine some of the things that they did as well. They said one of their biggest takeaways was the fact that the 5th grade group going into 6th grade actually got to meet each other before going to middle school again. So, you know, they were split up when they were in keg bike, and then they rekindled those friendships again, you know, going into the middle school, before going to the middle school, so that they didn't feel, you know, so alone in keg bike youth. So it was a great program. They had a lot of fun. The kids had fun. The teachers had fun. So it'd be nice to get some more information as everybody knows. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Public comment session, we didn't have anybody sign up, so we'll go on to curriculum and instruction. Mr.
very much. The first item on curriculum and instruction is the approval of 2 field trips. One for the Finance Academy as well as the Student Athlete Advisory Council attending a leadership/team building seminar engaging activity in Walt Disney World, and that's in January. And the other one is for our high school ensembles with Mr. Reed and Mr. Ellis to compete in Chicago, and that's in April.
Can I get a motion for field trips, please? And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you, and for your information, we're the annual library report, which really goes over the circulation and other items of interest that happen in our libraries this year.
I just have, not a question, just something to note. I was looking at the, the circulation for like a number of books taken out between Pettibone and Keith. There seems to be a big number difference between Keith and Pettibone. So I don't know if there could be collaboration just to maybe find out what one is doing different than the other. I mean, it was in thousands, in second and third, or third and fourth, and almost double in fifth. So I don't know, just a suggestion. As a child, I love to read. I don't know, could be class sizes, different programs, whatever. I just noticed a big difference, and I just can't find it on this one here. I don't know. Yeah. Like 5th grade, Pettibone was 4,200 and Keith was over 8,000. So, I don't know, just something to know. It just could be, I don't know, enrollment, whatever, but just some numbers to know. Maybe somebody could power suggesting or one school's doing different, or that's all.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for thinking of that.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Sorry. All right, not too personal. Personnel instructional. Anybody have any questions before we ask for a motion? All right, then I'll ask for a motion to approve instructional personnel PI 1 through PI 5, please.
Make a motion.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. I think we have.
I think we do have an introduction.
Hi.
Okay, Stephanie, do you have somebody to introduce?
Yes.
That'd be great. No pressure, it's your first big introduction of a hire. I love it.
So I would like to first thank the board for allowing me to speak on behalf of our new hire. We were in the market for hiring a new 611 teacher this year. Our enrollment numbers are rising, which is always a good problem to have. So that was how I spent most of my time since I started at Sidway, is interviewing to fill this new position. So I am pleased to say that we found an amazing candidate. Brooke Shikluna is joining our Sidway community as our new 611 special education teacher.
And Stephanie's okay if she stands?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you, Brooke.
And husband Brett.
Oh, very nice.
So she's got the whole fam here.
Brooke is a graduate of Buffalo State University, where she obtained a bachelor and master's degree in education. She holds 3 teaching certifications, including early childhood, and the coveted special education, pre-K-12 certification. Brooke has taught in multiple settings, spanning grades K through 8 in both the general education and special education settings. Outside of the school setting, Brooke's passion for helping others is admirable, as she established the creation of Brooke Sunshine, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising awareness about traumatic brain injuries, and has partnered with the John R. Oshai Children's Hospital Concussion Clinic to enhance community education and support for individuals affected by traumatic brain injuries. Brooke is also newly married to her husband, Brett, and we at Sidway are ecstatic to have Brooke working with our littlest Vikings and are looking forward to an amazing, fun-filled year.
Good. Just checking any other intros tonight. Oh, sure.
Lauren, if you could stand, please. So a few minutes ago, we saw the Viking Voyage. Kara Groff is currently the social worker at Sidway. She just had her baby, a little boy, last week. So Lauren is here to replace Kara. We're recommending Lauren Bradley, otherwise known as Lauren Colorcup. She actually played soccer with my daughter, Justine, for approval as a long-term substitute social worker at Sidway Elementary School. Lauren holds a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling and school counseling. She brings over 3 years of experience as a school counselor working in Catholic education with students from pre-K through 8th grade. A proud Grand Island Senior High School alum, Lauren was a multi-sport athlete, playing soccer, running track, and may still hold many school records to this day. Beyond the duties of a school counselor, Lauren has led several student support initiatives, including Kindness Club, Friendship Club, Diamond Art Club, and has also coached cheerleading and track at her previous school. With a strong commitment to social emotional development and a deep connection to the Grand Island community, Lauren is well prepared to support our youngest learners in this important role. So welcome, Lauren. We're excited to have you.
All right, on to personnel non-instructional. Anybody have any questions? And then I will ask for a motion to approve non-instructional personnel, PNI 1 through PNI 4, please. And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Any introductions? No? All right. On finance,
All right, I've got several items tonight, so I'll go over the action items and then I have an informational item that I'd like to share with you as well. So item A on the finance agenda is some obsolete vehicles from our buildings and grounds department, 2 trucks. These trucks were heavily used for salt trucks. You know, they do have low miles and everything. We've been fortunate in the past to get a good rate for these when we put them out to auction. So Phil and I have talked about this a little bit, and we're going to be working going forward on coming up with a rotation for the trucks so that the older trucks are used for salting and things like that, and the newer trucks we're going to try to not use them as much. So hopefully we can get a little bit more life out of them in the future. So that's item A. Item B, the capital outlay bid recommendation for doing some floor work in the middle school. A shout out to Young and Wright. They did a very great job on this. We received 6 bids for this, and we were able to do our entire scope of work within the $100,000 capital outlay. So very excited for that. So the first portion is just going to be to tear up the old floors. That's what we're approving tonight. The second portion is going to be putting the new floors in. That's going to be done on state contract, so that will be put in front of you at a later date.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, ma'am.
So the capital allotment for each year is $100,000.
Yes,
Since
ma'am.
this one came under $100,000, can you do more than one, or is it 1 up to?
So this is, you can only do one, so you're asking if you can do more than one project to get to the 100,000?
Or is it just one?
So,
or is it, go ahead.
yeah, no, 100,000 total. You can do multiple things, so it's all got to be in one building.
Gotcha.
That's really the stipulation. You can do multiple things in that building, but it's got to all be in the same building. So this 34,300 is just for taking the floors out. The other portion, the other 65,000 is going to be to put the new floors back in, wax them, etc. So we will be using the whole $100,000 allotment this year.
I was just curious how
Yes, ma'am.
it works.
But again, yeah, a shout out to Young and Wright. They did a great job bringing a lot of people to the table and getting interest, especially for this time of year. So very excited for that. And we plan to do this work over Christmas break.
Just for Beth, she's a new trustee, and just to help kind of fill in some of the gaps. A
Yeah,
small,
you probably don't know about
yeah,
all
right.
the projects either.
Yeah. A small capital outlay is something that every district can apply for up to $100,000.
Correct.
The district will get about 70% back. Is that a fair
Correct.
number? About 70,
Ish,
71?
yeah.
Yep. So the cost of the district is in that 30, 29, percent range. And we can only do that once a year, which is great. All throughout the state, district facility managers and supervisors, along with the New York State Council of School Superintendents, are advocating for $250,000 for small capital outlay. As construction costs get more and more expensive, I mean, we were very blessed to have 6 bids and to find a bid that, that was reputable, but also gave us flexibility in the work that we're going to do. It's getting more difficult to get a good project, a good small project done, supported by the state with inflation and all of those elements. So we will continue to advocate. I even think the Erie County Association of School Boards is advocating for that. So there's a large chorus throughout the state wanting to see that number go to 250,000. So just
Thank you for that.
Wonderful, especially with the.
So, I would just add to that, the aid, you get the aid back on that the following year versus a regular capital project. You get that aid back over 15 years. So you get the aid back faster, but Dr. Graham did mention in the budget negotiations the last 2-3 years at least, they've been looking for that 250,000. Didn't end up coming to fruition at the end of all the negotiations, but Phil and I really take a look at what our most urgent needs are and what we can address with that and try to take care of our most urgent needs that we need to do ahead of our big capital project. We've got an idea already for next year that we'll probably be pursuing. So, that's kind of how we, after going through the building condition survey and all of that, we're always thinking, okay, we might be able to do this as a capital outlay. And then, when we're getting to game time of what we're going to do, we really take a look and say, what's the most urgent thing we need to do on this list? So that's item B. Any other questions on item B?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that, first, I really appreciate the transparency and seeing the bids and the diligence in getting that many bids, so seeing them side by side. But given that bid, just to be clear, is for removal.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Only, and that's that 34,300.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we confident that the installation of the floors is going to be?
Yep.
Okay.
So that work will be done under state contract, and it's like the state contracts are done by square foot. So we've already Young and Wright's calculated that all out already.
At the 60,000?
For the other 65,000, yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So the state contracts typically go for a year, but some cases more, some cases less, but typically a year. So we're confident, that we'll be within that number with the state contract. So
And that being like the cost of materials plus installation.
materials,
Oh,
labor, waxing, all of yep.
everything.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Correct.
Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Okay, on to item C, food service obsolete equipment. This is an old stove, and the buildings and grounds crew was actually working on installing the new ones in the middle school this morning. So exciting to have some new equipment in there, especially with all the extra meals we'll be preparing for next year with breakfast and everything. Item D, as you know, we've had a transition in our accounts payable office. So just renaming temporarily, Kathy McGavro has graciously agreed to come back and help us out in the interim. So just need to rename her as the extra classroom activity fund central treasurer until we hire a new AP clerk. And then item E is the transportation contract bid results. I emailed a change on this to Jude and Brian. So after we received the bids on this, I went back to the company and discussed how we might get the price to be a little bit better. And we were able to come to an agreement at $578 per day per bus per run, which is a significant improvement over what the original bid came back. We only received one bid. So after working with Teresa, we were only going to award run 1, run 4, and run 5 from the bid. But after working with the company and we have 2 more runs that we had to add in, we were able to put 5 runs together. And with us doing 5 runs with them, they agreed to give us a significantly better rate. So the rate will be updated. We don't have the emergency contracts on this one. So the 2 emergency contracts for the extra runs that we are adding were different than runs 2 and 3. So I can't award all 5 runs on the bid. Those 2 will have to be emergency contracts, and then we'll rebid those runs at a later date. So I'll have those emergency contracts on the September 8th meeting. So for tonight, we're just going to approve awarding the bids of run 1, run 4, run 5 at a rate of $578 per day. That's going to be using their buses for this. We did explore using our buses, but after some feedback from some other districts, we decided it would be best to use their buses. Any questions on the transportation?
So
No.
Jude will have the correct.
Correct.
Yes, it's the correct implement. Yes.
So do I need to note that when you make the motion, that it's at a different rate? Sure. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm making the motion.
Absolutely. So those are my action items. So looking for action on items A through E, please.
So we need a motion to approve finance A through E with the change in rate per day from $6.96 per day, which is noted in our agenda, to the $578.
Correct,
per day.
yes, ma'am.
If I can get a motion
I'll motion.
and a second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jude.
And then on the informational items, item I is a product called Cash Vest. So I wanted to put this on as information for this meeting, and then I'll be seeking approval of this contract at the September 8th meeting. So I've included some literature in there. I'll give you just a quick summary of this. So one of the first projects that I did when I started here was to take a look at our cash on hand and find ways that we could invest it to, improve our revenue in that area. So I did include a summary of revenues for the last 10 years from interest income. And as you'll see in 23-24, once we made that adjustment, we went from about $270,000 in 22-23 to $1.07 million in 23-24. So about an $800,000 increase that year, just in investing it in better options. Previously, it was invested in a money market, which was right around 2%. We were able to, 23-24, the rates were very good, over 5%. Last year, they were a little bit lower, still over 4%, but we did 1.17 last year, even better. So this Cash Vest product so Lori Bowser, I want to give her a huge shout out because she works very closely with me on our cash flow. We discuss this weekly on how much money we have in all of our different accounts and what we can invest so we can maximize our revenue on interest earnings. And so she's done a great job in helping me manage this and look at what's coming in state aid wise and other revenue and what's going to be going out, payments and payroll and all of that. And then we will transfer money back and forth as needed to maximize this. So this Cash Vest product, what can it do for us? So they would get view-only access to our bank accounts and see all of our transactions, both incoming and outgoing, and allow us to have much tighter margins on the cash that we have on hand. so we can take more of that cash and keep it invested in earning more revenue. That's item one. The other part of what they do is they look at what we're paying the banks for their service for us and make sure that we're getting the best rates from the banks for their service to us. And then the third thing is when we do financing and we go out to finance things, they will help us shop better and go get us better financing rates and also better rates on our interest income. They'll shop that as well. So right now, we've typically been in night class, and we've been doing treasury bonds through, it's all, you know, everything is backed by cash, so there's no risk in it whatsoever for us. But they will look at a lot of different options, CDs, you know, and a whole slew of other options and try to help us come up with the best option for investing our money. The cost of this is right around $20,000. I've done a little bit of analysis, and I feel that they can help us make that much more in interest and save that through their product. And they have a guarantee their first year of service. If they don't make that much for us, we don't pay it. So there is a guarantee that they have on there. So that's some information on the product that I'm looking for, that I'll be seeking approval for at next meeting. They have offered to do a presentation, so we can have them come to a presentation next meeting if the board would like. Any questions?
What's the term we would be signing with them? Like if we decide to go, is it, how many years do we have to sign it? If we give a guarantee for the first year, like how many years are we committed?
I believe the contract that they proposed, is it, I want to say it was 3 years, but I think we have option to cancel at any time. I apologize, I don't know.
That's okay.
Wait, no, it is on here. It's included in the paperwork, so let me just find that part of the agreement on here. So, so after the first full calendar year, we would have to give them 30 days notice to cancel.
Without penalty or
Without penalty.
Okay.
So ideally then,
But we can negotiate that. We could negotiate just having a 1-year deal, you know, and I can most certainly do that before I put the contract in front of you on September 8th, if we want to just make it a 1-year deal for now. I did check a couple references on this at a couple different districts, and both outstanding references on what they've been able to do. One was Orleans Niagara BOCES. They've been using this service for about 5 years now, and nothing but good things to say about them. And there was an additional one in Barker, I believe it was. He actually, I talked to him about it at a conference last fall, and then when I talked to CashVest at a different conference later on, and they started describing the product, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one he was telling me about. So you know, I did a lot of homework on this, and I think it makes a lot of sense and will help us improve our revenues. And it's going to be even more important going forward as interest rates, you know, we anticipate those to keep falling, and we're going to be using a good chunk of our reserves. Should the big capital project be approved, we're going to be using a good chunk of those reserves towards that to offset the tax impacts. So this will help us maximize our money going forward. Any other additional questions on CashVest? Would the board like me to have them come present at the next meeting? But
I think it's me personally, if I'm not so, you know, I appreciate the information we get, but if they can streamline it in what they do from themselves, that would be helpful to me, but I don't.
If they have like a 15-minute presentation, I mean, it might be worth it to hear from them.
Perfect.
And then, yeah.
Just to just for you, when you're communicating with them, we're at Eagle Island.
Okay.
So some of the
Good point.
technology, you know, where is their home base?
Rochester.
Okay, oh, maybe they'll come.
Yeah, I believe
Great.
he did offer to
That'll make
come
it
in
easier,
person.
yeah.
So I'll make sure that we note the technology and the location of that meeting.
I mean, and handouts are fine, I mean, technology is great, but handouts are also
Yeah.
appreciated. And then, really just an outline of our responsibility, what the contract looks like, and, what would happen if we got out early.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep,
Yes, ma'am.
but
Absolutely.
we don't need an hour
Yep,
presentation.
no. Usually when we do presentations, I ask 10 to 15
10 to
minutes.
15 would be great.
The exception to that rule is capital, when we're talking about
Right,
capital
right.
projects,
I mean,
because
there are
there's
certain
a
things,
lot
but certainly
to
something like
discuss.
this.
Yeah, but no, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to do that for us, so I will reach out and set that up. And that's, if nobody has any additional questions on the finance agenda, that's all I have. Thank
Anybody
you.
else have any questions? Okay, we'll move on to the special education people personnel services.
Thank you. I have 3 action items tonight. The first 2 are the regular items, the CPSC and the CSE recommendations. Please, oops, sorry.
Just 2, right? I think the third item is just a first read.
Can I ask a question, please? So we have the code of conduct that we present to the Board of Education every year. Except for a couple of wording changes that we added, the only thing that's added this year is the cell phone policy, which you did already approve. So if the board wanted to, we can do the first read tonight, or if the board wanted to, because it's a 3 action item, so I apologize.
No, that's okay.
But,
Did everybody get a chance to read through it? I know I did. I don't know, did everybody get a chance to read through it? Is everybody comfortable making it a, action item?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cell phone policy, if you notice, it is in a different color, so I just wanted to note that, that was the change that was being made, so.
It's in the yellow.
It's in yellow,
Yes.
correct.
What is the blue?
Is there a blue piece too?
There's one.
That could have been an error on my part.
Blue under student, yeah, it's a chart. Is it just a blue chart or is that a condition?
Can you show it to me? It could have been the last one that needs to be deleted. Just the board is in charge.
It's not an addition.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you okay? Okay. And then, okay. Any more questions for Cheryl before I ask for a motion? Okay. I will motion to approve for special education people personnel services A through C, please. And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you, appreciate it.
On to the superintendent.
Excellent, thank you so much. Just more an update for the board, the athletic department, particularly the committee that helps to organize the Hall of Fame for our graduates who were amazing athletes. This is year 2. So there was a meat raffle. It was very well attended. Myself and my wife and our friends went. It was a little warm that night, but it was great. So you can see through these pictures, a lot of people attended. I think they raised over $8,000, which is really great. So again, a big thank you to our community and for all those who donated items. When Jude and I have a little experience putting together meat raffles, because this is in the summer and it's at the VFW post, their overhead costs are so low that they're able to generate a lot of revenue. So we really thank the VFW, we thank all the committee members, and it was great. Yeah, it was a really great time, and I won some steaks, so that was good. Jude, did you win anything? You didn't win anything? Oh my gosh. So as you know, we just had new teacher academy. We're so proud of our new teachers who attended. We're so proud of John Fitzpatrick and Amy McMahon, who put together a great program that highlighted our GITA and our administrators and our teacher leaders. This was really wonderful, so well done. And the big theme that you'll hear this year, and you've heard it already, is engagement, empowerment, belonging, every child, every day. So I think, John, I didn't say it exactly the correct way. It's everyone, every day, right? But this is a really great theme. Mrs. McMahon did such a great job in setting the tone. We had really a robust week of engagement with our new teachers and getting them started on the right foot. All the administrators had an opportunity to either engage with them or work with them at the end of the week. We had Jay that helped welcome everybody, so we thank Jay for that. And then Sue, you also helped welcome everybody on a different day. And just when you think about it, look at the tulips and the decorations and just establishing a really lovely approach to 4 days, right? 4 days of full days working with our teachers. And I know you'll probably talk a little bit more about that, but just a big thank you to everybody involved. And Stephanie Anderson, popsicles with the principal.
It was great.
Yeah. And are you surprised that I have this photo? A little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Somebody that works with you sent me this great photo, and it was so well attended, I heard.
It was-
Long line of people, and it was a little chilly that night,
It
I
was a
think.
little chilly,
Right.
it was great. My vision for it was to actually be like on the playground playing
Yeah.
and interacting with the kids. And then just naturally, the families formed like this, it was like they were meeting Santa. Like they just formed a really long line, which forced me to be stationary, so it was like everybody got their meet and greet with me, which was really cool. I got a lot of great positive feedback from the community.
It's a big building, it's so beloved, and thank you for doing that, extending yourself, a great way to introduce yourself. And, the board knows it's been busy this summer, and as we look at this list of dates and everything that's happening already, right? It's really, we're moving and grooving, and the students haven't even arrived yet, right? So you got your soccer and athletic events already underway, and I think we even had some scrimmages or something today, right? But yeah, boys versus soccer away at Williamsville. First student day, of course, is September 4th, and our staff development day on the 2nd and 3rd. And I'm sure John might, give you a little update on that. But it's rocking and rolling. So a lot of fun, exciting things for our students and their families. And we've talked about the Viking tip line. It's in a different location on our website, but we take this pretty seriously. If anybody in the community, any parent or any student or any teacher, anybody can click that button and send a report that goes to Cheryl Cardone and the principal connected to that building. So it's an excellent tool to keep everybody safe. And of course, anybody in the community that wants to communicate to the board can do so with boegi@gicsd.org. Any questions? All right, thank you, Sue.
Okay, nobody signed up for our public comment sessions, so on to the committee of whole items and information roundtable. I'm gonna start with you, Raja.
No, just excited to get back and just to see how the cell phone thing rolls out with all the buildings, especially, it's gonna be good. But it's nice to have Sienna here. She's been too quiet.
There was no really cool, so hopefully you have lots to say.
No, glad the summer events went well and it's all
Just looking for a good kickoff to the school year.
Drew? Okay.
Ditto, welcome back. This building looks great. I'm sure all the rest of them look just as good, so thank you to everybody who worked over the summer tirelessly. It's very hot in the summer. I'm sure those second floors were brutal, so thank you. Everything looks great. Welcome back, and that's it.
I agree, all of us, and I'm all set.
I just have two items. As Dr. Graham mentioned, we do really want to thank Amy McMahon for all the planning, and she plans with intention. Everything that was in our new teacher orientation was done intentionally to raise the moment, as she would say, to make it not just an everyday orientation, but make it a moment that they would walk away from having a better feel for Grand Island and what we do here and how we welcome people. I also want to thank Sue, and I want to thank Jay for participating and giving your inspiring words. And from many perspectives, not just as a Board of Education member, but as parents, teachers, business leaders, you name it, just from all perspectives of the community. I also want to thank our union leadership, Bob Simpson, who gave a brief presentation, district leadership, and building leadership for participating and making a moment for our brand new educators. And then next week, we have our opening days. We welcome our entire staff back to the high school auditorium at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. We'll have a fun-filled morning, with an amazing guest speaker, and Dr. Brian Graham will give his opening day remarks and take us through a lot of different things. And yes, Sue, you'll be speaking again, and we really do appreciate that, as well as every other union president that day. At noon, the teachers have their time in the classrooms, and the next day the building principals have an agenda for them. Thank you.
Well said. Just welcome back, everyone. Quick.
Couple quick updates and a quick item for discussion. Our external audit will be starting next week to review last year's figures. Kathy Gabbro has been doing a great job helping us get things caught up and closed out for last year. So we'll be starting that work next week. B&G, Jay, you started it off, but they have been busting their butts all summer long, and just want to give them a huge thank you and a huge shout out. They've been down some staff, and they've been just working super hard, getting the floors done, hanging TVs for the classrooms, cell phone cases, maintaining, doing district office moves, all of that stuff. They've just been rock stars, in getting things done. So the buildings are looking great, and just a huge shout out to that team. One item for discussion real quick. So driver education. I've been working with Chris Hoffman from Hoffman's Driving Academy on a contract amendment. We needed an amendment because of the structure change of the in-class portion of the program. So the existing contract paid a Grand Island teacher, and then also paid Hoffman's Driving School for a portion, for the in-class portion. That teacher's no longer doing the driver ed for us, so we have to amend the contract so that we pay Hoffman's for the entire in-class portion. That's the easy part. The more challenging part that I've been discussing with Mr. Hoffman is
Hey,
the...
Bob,
Yes, ma'am.
unfortunately, there's no discussion that is part of the meeting. It should have been put on our agenda.
Oh, okay. I'll
Is
write
it something that can wait till the next meeting, or?
For sure, yeah. I think Bob really just wants to let the board know. that
If you want to give us the information?
That's,
We're
I'm sorry,
working
I
on
didn't
this
phrase
in
that.
very
Correct.
detailed, but,
Yep.
we'll be able to
Okay.
provide a recommendation at the next
Correct.
meeting. Yeah.
Yes.
And then if you want to email us the information, if you want to front load it, so we have
Absolutely.
it ahead of time, so we can look at it, that would be wonderful.
Will do.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So my intention was to share the information
Gotcha.
and then have action on the next agenda. So
Awesome. Thank
what
you.
we're working on, so NYSER's recommendations for the insurance limits are significantly higher than what our current insurance limits are. So currently, their policy is a $1 million, $2 million aggregate for it. NYSER recommends a $5 million policy. So in his work with his insurance company, it would cost us approximately an additional over $400 per student to do that if we wanted to go to that higher insurance. He's worked with other districts on this. There's a couple districts that have stayed at the lower limit and kept the program. There's another district that wanted the higher limit, and they didn't want to have that big of a cost increase for the program to the students, so they chose just not to run the program. So those are a couple options that we're looking at now, and I'll send all the information along, and at the next meeting, I'll be looking for a recommendation, that we can discuss it at that time. Thank you.
Excellent. So, Bob, thank you for.
Oh, wait,
Sienna Sarkis, let's go, Sienna.
That was not intentional, I apologize.
It's okay. Thank you for having me tonight, and yeah, I'm excited for this school year to start, and thank you to everyone who's been here over the summer working hard. And yeah.
What are you most looking forward to your senior year? Besides it being over and graduating?
Honestly, probably the passing of the torch ceremony, because one of my sisters is in kindergarten, so she'll be able to run to me across the football field, so I'm really excited for that.
Nice. I'm sorry, just thinking about that. That's a great day.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I think the event will be October 2nd, right? So if any board members are
I will be there.
close by and want to see it, it's very special, very touching, and should be a wonderful event. So it's October 2nd.
Whatever song you played last year, make sure you play it again last year. You got everybody.
Yeah.
Not
I think
everybody's
they had a country,
here.
it was a country song,
Yes,
right?
it was a
Yeah.
country song, whatever it was.
So I was saying that Bob just, wanted to celebrate all of our SRPs working so hard. I definitely want to do the same. Really a heartfelt gratitude for all of the work. When you walk in our buildings and you see the floors popping and shining and all the work in a hot summer, we really appreciate that for sure. Cleaners, aides, custodians, buildings and grounds, of course, our clerks, our nurses, our transportation department, our teachers and our administrators. I know I've said this several times over the summer, but running a summer school program and getting kids the credits they need is so important on their journey to graduation. We saw today a beautiful video celebrating the Viking voyage, and that really is a testament to this board and your commitment to all of our kids throughout the entire district, and having those opportunities is very meaningful. So just want to recognize all that we shared with you today, and of course the board also for their support. So thank you very much.
Just ditto to what everybody else said, getting our school ready is a huge job, and everybody does such a great job. I look forward to being here on September 2nd to welcome everybody back. So everybody go out and enjoy their last few days of summer. It is weird. I don't have a son in the district this year, so the beginning of the school year does look a little different for me, but I am excited and plan to still be in the district as much as I can, attending those events that fit into my completely wide open schedule. So you will still see me around. Sienna, have a great senior year. It will go by fast, fast and furious. So enjoy that. And with that, we'll just close the meeting with a few important dates. Our next board meeting is September 8th, and that will be at Eagle Island. And then the next one is September 29th. So with that, I will ask for a motion to close the meeting at 8:24. And a second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Thank you. Have a great night.